Hello guys, this video right here is to make awareness. This young man here, he live in Scotland here, where I am. And he unalive himself because of some scammers contact him, talking to him, pretending there's somebody else that they're not, probably pretending they are some young people like his age or something. And they end up getting his notes and ask him for money that he doesn't have and tell him that without this, they're going to expose him. And he end up unaliving himself without seeking for help. His parents, they make an interview with this ITV news channel talking about people to make awareness and talk about this for social media people to talk about. And I want my organization, Umbrella Empowering People, I am very vocal for youths and young people in general to avoid any kind of trauma, pain, or any kind of thing like this, especially things that will lead to unaliving. So this video right now, I'm doing it for awareness. And please don't forget to like and share the video and pass on the message if you can, for young people all over the world, but even adults, to be careful of scammers, people who don't want to work and they're gonna sit down and use computer to scam people. This is the boy's father. This is so sad. And the boy from nowhere, he just took his life from nowhere, guys. This is the boy's mother. The boy's mother said that they were sitting down watching TV in the living room. They were in the living room. From nowhere, he just went to his room and unalived himself. Imagine that trauma. Imagine the trauma for your 16-year-old son. And you can see the boy in the picture, how he looks so nice and calm and shy. From nowhere. Just unalive himself because some people sitting somewhere far away with their computer, doing, trying to add people online and talking to them and trying to get their nude pictures or nude video or whatever, to use it to ask them for money and threaten them that they're going to expose them if they don't. And from nowhere, they did this to this young person. They did this to everyone, adults, and now they're doing it to young people as well, because they're just going, whoever they get hold of. This happened to the Gambian communities, happened to Senegal communities, which is my community, and other people. People that are doing this, whoever they are, people have to work very hard to identify them and report them. If you know anyone who is doing dodgy work, always in the computer doing dodgy work, especially they bring in money and you don't know where the money is coming from, and they're lying and saying that I'm working with this company, this and that, find out that is they're telling the truth or not, and then report them. And the police should do their best to get hold of that computer and check what they're doing. Please. This is unfair. This is unbelievable. Look at here in Scotland. How many Nigerians that are here and Africans in general. Look at how some Nigerians sitting there far away and just unaliving children far away because you want money. Or just unaliving anyone for that matter. Us African, nobody will never stay in our country for so long that they will have our passport. If you ever seen that type of African country, let me know. I don't know of. Not Gambia, Senegal, and Nigeria, and so on. And when you come abroad and you stay here for long, normally they give you their passport. And you also have other support. That's the truth. As much as a lot of us like to use the excuse, a lot of you guys like to use the excuse saying that the West, they make us poor. They're taking our resources. The West, they did A, B, and C in the past. Why can't you talk to your governments, your presidents, your people who is allowing the West to take their resources and they use the money to do other stuff? Why can't you think about the past? So many horrible things was happening, like World War and so many horrible stuff. Not just Africa. The war have no human right, the war in the past. This Scotland here I am. Do you know the history of Scotland and England? Go and learn if you don't know how Scotland joined England. Long time ago, there was so many horrible stuff that was happening because there was not enough human rights and activists like this talking about stuff. But now, we cannot just look for any excuse to keep doing bad stuff. For some of you Africans that like to do that. You like to look for excuse to do bad stuff because you're just bad and you're lazy and you're horrible. And people that are like this, they're all over the world. They're even abroad here. Some of you like to say that Africa is not developed. That's why it's nothing to do with that. That tiny Gambia where I am from, that is only 2 million people and it's not developed. Nothing compared to other African countries even. It's one of the poorest countries in Africa is Gambia. But that small Gambia is full of Nigerian, Sierra Leonean, Senegalese like my father who came from Senegal, and other people from Lebanon, from India, Pakistan, different countries, different nationalities all over Africa. And they're making money. They're making millions from that tiny poor Gambia that most Gambians will tell you is too poor and horrible. Because why? Because they look down. They look for a shoe to not work. They look down on the country. That's the truth. Doesn't matter where you are, you can say this country is poor and horrible. This UK right now, people are saying UK is poor and horrible. There are some people that are from this UK and they don't want to work, or they're saying UK is so bad, is this, is that. You that thinking Africa is not developed. Can Gambia or Africa in general be developed past UK? It's possible, but I don't know when, if it's ever going to happen. Now imagine people in the UK and the rest of the world, other countries that are developed. Imagine look at how they're having bad people and bad criminals. So it's nothing to do with Africa. It's not developed. It's just you want to be horrible. You want to be a millionaire without working. You want a lot of money to buy nice cars, to have sex with anyone you want, to buy effing goals and drink alcohol or just party with the money. While people are unaliving or depressed because of your way of having money. You will never have peace. People that look for money this kind of way, they will never see peace. Look at this young, handsome looking guy. This guy have the whole life ahead of him. I have a son who is 15 and this guy is 16. Do you want this for yourself? So why do you think it's okay for somebody else? Karma is real. Whoever is doing this or watching this, or just might even hear this video and not like, see, and not bother about the video because you don't care. You will have the karma of these young people all over the world who are the way they are now because of bad people. Bad people who give these young people drugs, alcohol, or support them to unalive them. By, doing the bad stuff that is going to make them unalive themselves, this or not. Lot of young people unalive themselves because of SAE or horrible stuff, or they just have stress and depression. And me, I always talk about in my videos that us Africans and third world countries that are strict parents, but especially Africans, why people are the way they are is because of the severe child beating that people are doing to young people and the oppress of women and children. They program them to have pain when they're young, to beat them severe beating for every little thing, especially when they don't listen to you. When they grow up, they will be very cold and wicked. That's why these people are doing this and more. This boy or not, Africa people are, going, unnecessary going. Because of the bad conditioning, the unhealthy eating, the bad food that is coming into the country that they're letting to come. People don't even love themselves enough to eat healthy. People don't talk about healthy food, don't bother or don't do it. People focusing on unnecessary stuff that can give them pleasure because they have depression. And people belittle you when you're poor and you don't love and believe in yourself. So you will choke yourself to have anything, even if you're going to unalive people, especially when you're wicked. We have to change the way we bring up children with this strict behavior and bad homes. We have to learn how to give really good marriages, or we don't have to get married at all. Good marriages are in our community, but it's not many. That's the truth. Because our community is used to the woman just crying and shut up. The woman just crying and shut up is not going to give a good marriage or give a good community. Sorry, the ice cream van is outside. The woman just crying and quiet is what Africa is doing the most, and third world countries that oppress women and children. And that's not going to end well. Not just you have the karma of the women and children because they cannot have peace, but it's going to make them unalive themselves. Or just, it's going to lead to you making them unalive themselves. For example, in Gambia, there's a young girl that unalive herself. This girl here unalive herself not long ago in Gambia. It's a current affair. Just few days ago, this happened. She's like 18 or 19. She jumped from the high building because of harsh parenting and harsh punishment. Us Africans, I believe the harsh parenting and harsh punishment is the reason why people are very cool and they do horrible stuff to each other and even to other people. I want to say I'm so sorry for your loss, for the parents of the boy. And I pray that you will learn how to cope in a healthy way. Even though just thinking about this, I don't know how you're going to learn to cope with this. I have a son who is 15 years old and this boy is 16. But please, I'm begging you to learn to cope. And I pray your son will go to heaven, which he will, because he's innocent. This is so unfair.